if you're looking for a tablet for painting, digital painting and drawing, you want to maybe take a look at a used machine or something cheaper, something more affordable, and you could find this Surface, Microsoft Surface, very affordable in the market on Craigslist, on any setting, eBay and stuff like that. First series, second series are really good on the Surface Book. So we're gonna take a look at it and see what you can get as a value package. Now they do sell on Amazon under $500 to $600, and they include other options too to have. But if you guys ever taken a look at the Surface Book, it's one of the best ones out there. I mean, it could be a computer, it could be a handheld tablet, and it works very well either way. So right now we're gonna take a look at it. It's an old system, but believe me, it has its flaws and it does keep up with the competition out there. So right now I got a pen for it, quadruple A battery included in here, magnetic pen, if you guys can see it, magnetic pen, perfect for the travel, perfect for the move. We open it up, let's open it up, and of course I got the power supply, 65 watts in here. Open it up, crank the soldier boy up. Now if you guys are familiar with Surface, this is a Surface Book. You can find it in the market. It's available now. It's everywhere on eBay, on Amazon, used, new, whatever it is that you can find. Adding applications is not that very difficult. It has a lot of limitations too. So if you find an 8 gig to 16 gig, you're blessed. Now they do have additional video cards included. They have an NVIDIA version of it, which is the high-end version of it. And unfortunately, those are a little bit overpriced, and they do tend to heat up a little bit. But for anything that you want a digital drawing, this is probably the perfect thing that you can afford, other than those big, larger, expensive one, and also use it for school, extra gaming. I mean, it could work for a lot of different things. Not the high-end gaming, but the low-end gaming that you can play with. It tends to overheat a lot, and it tends to do a lot of noisy when it starts getting that GPU higher. So you want to attempt it to just keep it low where you could actually just use it for what you need it for. And if you buy it instead of an option buying an iPad, you could probably buy this under cheaper than an iPad. Now, the bad thing about this thing, if you want to disconnect and have this as a tablet, you do have to have that entry button. There's a button here that releases it, and it's pretty much, you click on it and you pretty much have to wait for like a couple of seconds until you actually let it go, and there it is. It disconnected. It gives you that green light. It's red. Now, when you do this, there's a couple issues with it. Battery life might be half of what you were doing before, because there's an additional battery in this entry and then another additional battery on the actual tablet itself. Now, this part right here, I wish it was a little bit movable so you could flip, maybe have it together on one, but then the keyboard will be a flood of typing away. Now this thing here by itself, it's a beast. I mean, to do graphics and do drawings and stuff like that, it does everything that you want it. Now this is the tablet itself. And the tablet itself, of course, when you set up first time setting up, you need to set up the pen. And to set up the pen, you add a pen, you add Bluetooth, and you add another additional one, and you add the Bluetooth, and it's blinking right now. If you guys can see it, it's picking up the Surface Pen right away. And continue. You want to continue with the Surface Pen, and once it sets up the Surface Pen, you're set to go. Calibration is all built in there. Make sure you do the latest firmware. There's additional firmwares for this system. Once you have that going, you could draw. Drawing, it's flawlessly. The pencil, it's look at this. I'm actually pressing it down. Look how dark it gets. It's something to get used to. It's not the best and the greatest, but it's a start. There's different applications you add. You go even add additional hardware that will work, like this dial. This Surface dial is a great thing to have. If you could program this to audio, volume, or keys, or also colors, and different zoom in, zoom out, you could do multiple things to this at the same time, work on it, and it will integrate very properly together as one unit. Everything's Bluetooth. The pen is Bluetooth, the dial is Bluetooth, and then if you get a mouse, you could get a Bluetooth. Everything could be integrated. Once you have the system running to where you feel comfortable, you can always turn it back into a computer. It's a great option to have, new or used. I personally use this a lot. It's one of my favorite tablets to use if I can't find my iPad. My iPad would be the first one I like of all the units, but this is my go-to. The only bad thing that you're going to require is that you're going to require the keyboard to charge the system. There is a couple of space stations in the bottom of it, of course, and that is to dock in and connect to the system and at the same time charge the system. Now, if you have this setting, now to set it back, it's very simple. It's just basically you find the niches in there and you block it in there, and it gives you additional battery. You could crank it up. Pen magnetically ties in there, and you're set to go. Now this could be for a student, an artist, graphic designer. This is a great option to have if you're going to move from place to place. Battery life, it's very well. Like I said, there's two batteries set up together as one, but if you take this apart, it becomes one unit itself too. Now, unfortunately, there is no charging station, like I said, mentioned to this system. So if you're running out of batteries on this system, there's no way of setting it up, of charging it. You have to dock it in. In order to have the dock, you need the keyboard. The keyboard's very heavy duty as it is because it contains more of the graphic and the GPU components that needs to be running. If you get the NVIDIA version, you could actually add AutoCAD in some of these features. You might get away with it playing Fortnite in some of these systems. Unfortunately, this is not the NVIDIA version, but you can get away with it with the GPU that it currently has from Microsoft. You could actually run those applications. You could run Photoshop. I have Photoshop, Illustrator, and Sketchbook. Great applications to have out there. Of course, they're pricey. Sketchbook from Autodesk is one of the best ones. Free, inexpensive, that you can find anywhere. And I did a little review on it. If you guys want to check it out, take a look at it. But great option to buy, use, cheap, new, whatever you want. Microsoft Book, great option for student, artists, whatever you're looking for. So if you guys are looking for options to be an artist out there and don't want to spend too much money, hit me up. I'm your host, Frank the Tank, out.